Welcome to the Crunchy Moms Unfiltered, the podcast where we question everything and say the things no one else will. I'm April Locani, a serial entrepreneur turned naturopathic practitioner and just a truth-seeking mama.
And I'm Brandy Lemire, a social media influencer, a certified nutrition response practitioner, and just a crunchy mom who's done with censorship and refuses to co-parent with the government. April and I built this podcast as a safe space for moms and dads to have real, raw, uncensored conversations.
From what's really in our food to the truth about modern medicine, we're diving deep into the topics no one else wants to touch because an informed mom makes empowered choices.
No filters, no fear, just real, raw talk. Welcome to Crunchy Moms Unfiltered. Welcome to Crunchy Moms Unfiltered, the podcast where we are real and raw and we talk about all the things, especially those things that get us censored on social media. Today, we are live with Dr. Keith from SilverCeuticals, which is one of our absolute favorite holistic companies that we work with. You guys have the most amazing products. I actually just flew in yesterday and literally these are in my bag. I don't go anywhere without your products. So I know you guys have some new products that just came out that we're going to discuss, but we wanted to just open the floor today to let people know who you guys are, you know, why we love you so much, and then we can plug in some of these new products that literally just came out in the last few days. So Dr. Keith, if you just want to tell us a little bit about the company and yourself and who you guys are, we can kind of kick off from there.
Sure. Well, my name is Dr. Keith Muller. Just so you know a little bit about my background, I have degrees in business management, finance, international business. I'm a certified natural health professional, and I have a doctorate in naturopathic medicine. And we formed SilverCeuticals as a company, mostly just to help people figure out things that we could do. Now, we have a nano silver technology that is seriously amazing. And there's thousands of things we could do with it. And we do. I mean, we do crazy stuff like we put it in at certain levels in water, and we've proven in tests we can make chickens impervious to sickness. We nebulize racehorses, and our racehorses run faster than everybody else's because we are able to eliminate inflammation and infection in their lungs so they can run at their full capacity. So we do a lot of crazy stuff, but our main focus is on the family, trying to figure out ways to help moms eliminate problems and make their lives easier. Because when mom's happy, everybody's happy. And that also works well for us. We do well by doing good. And so we have narrowed down our use of this nano silver product mostly to just helping people with issues. And we worked really hard at being able to get those out on the market. We make them so they're safe and natural. And we also work hard to get them approved. And the crazy part is we're one of the few people that can make products that can meet spec with the natural markets and also make it through FDA type approvals or other types of issues so we can have full FDA, OTC, or even prescription approvals. So we do that in a number of countries just so we can work with docs and moms at the same time.
I love that. I didn't even realize that you took it that far. I love that.
Yeah, it's an important thing. Like the one in front of you, the brand new one product we put out, that is the most stunning moisturizer that exists on the planet. So we designed it as a high-end face cream for women and for men, I guess, too. We designed it with 4 different types of hyaluronic acid and a couple other moisturizers. And then we added colloidal oatmeal to it, which is an amazing product that most of the major cosmetic companies have found just recently that it does some really great stuff for the skin. Then we put the nano silver with it and we make it so it can give you a layer of protection. But we found that it was so effective at healing eczema that we pulled it back and we got it FDA registered over-the-counter drug as a natural type product with no negative ingredients in it for the full therapy of eczema, which we can eliminate the scaly, itchy skin in as little as a week. And 1 out of every 5 kids in the US has eczema, and a ton of parents. So to be able to take a kid who's being treated by other kids as though he has leprosy because he has this scaly, skin that cracks and bleeds, and be able to heal that in as little as a week is a huge.
Love that.
That's amazing. I love too that, so we don't deal with eczema in our house anymore. Anya did when she was a newborn after her vaccine injury. Luckily, we don't deal with it anymore. But what I love is it's also great for rashes, poison ivy, which I'm super allergic to, bug bites, sunburn. We live in Florida. We deal with sunburn all the time. And then chicken pox. Like,
Yes.
That's amazing. And I love, can we just put out there that we love that you put chicken pox
We
on the
love
bottle?
that you put chicken pox on the bottle.
That's amazing. No, we're really excited about this product. I just got here yesterday. So as you saw us opening it, we hadn't even played with it yet. It feels amazing.
So good.
Then we filmed some content today at the store. The kids came to us with some bath bombs and we were like, no. Those are garbage. That's why we never buy them for you.
And we
have our natural ones at home. So let's talk about these a little bit, because bath bombs, I feel like kids love and they always want to use them, but literally I have yet to find
a clean bath
bomb. And that's why when Mikkel told us that these were launching, like, we all got super excited.
Yes.
Well, occasionally, Mother's Day was just upon us. And we thought, hey, what can we do that will be out of the ordinary, that nobody else has ever done, that can just give her a great day? And so Mikkel and the group got together with a group that makes those and was able to put those. And Mikkel, do you want to tell them just a little bit about that? Why you designed it for the moms?
Yes, I can. So our bath bomb is phenomenal. The nice thing is most women that get in a tub, right, ends up with some sort of infection afterwards. So my brain was thinking, why would we not come out with a all natural bath bomb for moms to use and kids, and it's completely safe? So my thought was, let's try adding the silver to it and see what it can do. So we added more silver to it to help keep the water clean while you're sitting in the bath and trying to avoid infections that are coming.
That is so true, because my sister-in-law struggles with like UTIs, so she won't even take a bath, first off. And my daughter, unfortunately, like inherited that gene. So every time I've ever given her a bath with a bath bomb, she's always had an infection after. Always. We have to use baking soda in the water. We have to do all that. So yours actually has baking soda in it, and it has all the things that you would kind of add to neutralize the water. So I love that already.
Yeah, and it's safe for adults and kids. That's what I like about it too, because personally, as a mom, that is something that I want to not deal with, is more infections. So let's avoid all that at all costs.
I know they were so excited. We all got up kind of early. I mean, we flew in at 5 a.m. So we were in bed by, I think, 8 last night. It must have been 7:30 this morning. They were like, can we take a bath? Can we use these? Can we take a bath? We're like,
7 a.m.
I was like, literally, y'all, I haven't even gotten up my 9 a.m. reel. Like, we're not functioning until that reel goes up. Like,
we were like, get out of here. They started so early, y'all. Like, so early. We were like looking at each other at like 7:30, and I'm like, I don't know that I can mentally take this or not.
Can I just say, I love that we only put the video of the podcast up on one platform, because if you're watching this video, this is not how I normally look, but here we are.
We're in my dining room. Like, we are so chill. That's the best part of this podcast, is we like it to be raw and authentic. Like, show up who you are, how you are, so people don't, it's always, everything's a highlight reel, right? Like, of course you're going to see a podcaster and they're going to look perfect and everything's going to be great. And we're like, no, y'all, we're putting out about 15 fires before this. The kids are screaming, and this is just what it is.
It's real life.
Can I tell you, that's what I love about you two, though, is this is real life. Like, we have kids, we are always on the go. You know, like, you don't have to look all dolled up all the time. Like, you two are my favorite. I appreciate you.
Aw.
Thank you. Well,
Love
and
you
like
too.
literally, we walked in the door at like 12:08 from running errands, and the timer just went off for the mac and cheese. So I stopped the video and I said go, but I didn't mute. And she ran like, y'all, this is one day maybe we'll be in a studio
And laugh at this.
when the kids are a little bit older. But I homeschool. Like, it just, I was showing an Instagram, not to get off topic because I want to talk about some of these products, but I was showing an Instagram to my girlfriend. It was another farm page. She's starting a farm Instagram. And I showed it to her and I was showing her some of the examples. And a little bit later, she was like trying to figure out how to say to me. And she's like, those are the pages I don't like though. She's like, everything looks like a model home. Everything's perfect. She's perfect. Her kids are perfect. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel the same way. Don't look at that part. Look at the things she talks about and then do them real and raw. Because I would rather see a house that has people living in it then it looks like it's being staged for a showing. And so that's where April and I are. Like, we're in the throes of motherhood. We have young kids, we have adult kids, we work from home, we homeschool, her kids, they go to school. Like, we are all over the place, and that's real life. And that's what I love about your company is these products fit into that. So Anya and I left for the airport at 2:30 in the morning, Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. And I packed product, and I'm not kidding you. I'll send you, Mikkel, the timestamp of the videos. We were filming content at 4:30 in the morning on the plane before the plane took off. Because that's our life. Like, we were literally traveling at that time. So at 4:30 in the morning, we were using hand sanitizer getting on the plane. So your silver gel, literally, you know the movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding?
Yeah.
Where the dad puts Windex on everything?
Yeah.
Literally everything. So when I was breastfeeding, I was that way with breast milk. Anything that went wrong, I was like, put breast milk on it, put breast milk on it.
Right.
Well, I'm years out of that stage. So now if I called Anya up here and I asked her, what do you do when you're hurt? She'll be like, you put silver on it. Like, that's what we do. So I have these in my bathroom, in my kitchen. I keep one in my bag. We use this instead of hand sanitizer because 90% of hand sanitizers are alcohol-based, added fragrance. They're complete garbage. And they're not only killing the quote-unquote bad bacteria on your hands, but they're killing the good bacteria too. They're drying your hands out. This stuff is like the holy grail in our house. And Mikkel, you guys have a hidden use for this also, right? That doesn't get talked about enough?
We actually have a whole lot of uses and approvals on that product. So, for example, I think what you're talking about is we got it approved not only for on the skin as an antimicrobial in Canada, and we're after that approval in the US right now. In the US, currently, we make the claim that it helps promote natural healing. And it will literally take the sting and you can be lobster red with the sunburn. And in 3 days, the natural healing effect of that will pull out all the heat and you'll just be tan. Then if you do start to peel, you put it on there, it takes all the itch out in a couple minutes. We did surgical hand scrub studies, was what you're talking about. And in those studies, it showed that if you put it on your skin, it not only pulls in, makes your skin really soft, but it'll give you about 4 to 6 hours of protection on your skin. So unlike a hand sanitizer that goes on, kills whatever's on your hand at that moment, and then does nothing, it's gone. And as soon as you touch something, you have it all back. In this case, it puts that natural layer of the nano silver on the outside layers of the skin and gives you a layer of protection so you can go about your day. You can gel up your kids, send them to school and not have to worry about it. You know, I heard a doctor recently say that schools were cesspools of infection. And
Kids are petri dishes.
And in this case, what we did is we can just give them a layer of protection. But currently, we just got it approved in Canada also as a personal lubricant. And
that's where I was going.
Yeah.
So we did that because of the fact that we wanted to put it on catheters to eliminate UTIs in hospitals, which we can now do legally in Canada.
That is crazy. I did not know this.
And we're after that approval in the US. but also we showed, and especially in Canada, we can make the claim that we could actually eliminate a vaginal yeast infection in about 15 minutes without doing any damage to the vaginal flora. So we can make direct claims in Canada for eliminating odor-causing bacteria. And we've proven that it wouldn't hurt the friendly vaginal flora, right? So we can make mom happy, make life a lot easier. And if you have a problem because you took a bath or whatever, you know, you can eliminate it quickly. And the gel in the US currently has a natural healing claim, which it does. And hopefully within the next few months, we'll be fully FDA cleared for direct antimicrobial claims on basically any wound you could have on your body, either in a hospital as a prescription or as an OTC. But there's no chemicals in it that would do any damage. If your kid ate the whole tube, it wouldn't matter. I've had people brush their teeth with it before we created the toothpaste, which is one of my favorite products, right?
Same.
But also, if you're traveling, you have the little nasal sprayer. And we just published a bunch of science backed by a bunch of different universities who had also published data. And we took all that data and compiled it. But what we showed was that if you just rinse out your sinuses with the nano silver once a day, which is not an FDA claim, wash it out just once. I think it's the most important thing we can do for our families during times of sickness. Rinse it out like 2 squirts in each nostril once a day. And in those studies that help drop these medical professionals' chance of getting sick from 28% to 1.8%, just by washing their sinuses out with the nano silver. And we have ingestion studies showing that even if you were to, in all the different products, if you were to drink or eat an ounce of that product every single day for your whole life, we show that it had no negative impact on any system of your body and would wash out completely in 24 hours with no residual. So you can use it with your kids, you can use it with your pets. We do a lot of different projects. We have access to hundreds of studies on this technology directly, maybe 500 to 600. And so if you've ever seen my desktop, it's crazy because people say, do you know all of those studies that you have there? And the answer is, yeah, I know all of them. And so
I love that.
if you have a question, just ask us. Send us a question. We'll answer it. And if we don't know, we'll say we don't know. It almost never happens, but we're happy with questions. And if we answer it, we can also send you the data that goes with that. And you have a right to ask for data and get real data and information.
I love that. No, that's amazing. I actually did a reel, I don't know, a month or so ago about the nasal spray. We've been dealing with some panda stuff in our house. We have mold again. Gotta love Florida. And so strep actually hangs out in your sinuses and mold. And so we use this at our house all the time. Anya and I actually did a reel when we first got in our seats on the airplane. We were using the nasal spray, we were using the mister. I always feel sick for a couple days after flying. And so we had all of our tools in there to help us not get sick. So the mister is something I want to share real quick too. This is amazing. This is the newer mister.
I need that one.
Oh, I love it. And so it's great. It's easy to get kids to use if they struggle to use a nebulizer. Like, she hates putting the mask on and using a nebulizer, but she'll sit there and like watch TV and just breathe this in, and she likes the way it feels on her face. It's great if you have breakouts. So I keep this when I travel. I keep this with me. But at home we just keep this and use it, and you put the silver in the top. What's crazy is most people think that this is really expensive when they see it. And with the affiliate discount code, I think it's like $11.
Like, what do you mean expensive?
It's like $11.
I know, that's like so cheap. I'm like, what are you talking about? The nebulizer is like $50, if not more.
I know. So we will put a link in the show notes to all of these products. You guys can access them. They come with a 25% off discount on the link. One of the things that I love about you guys, and I think this says a lot about you guys as a company, your facial serum, which we ran out of time. I saw it upstairs in the bathroom.
I have it.
We did not have time to go grab that. Your facial serum is amazing. It has colloidal silver and hyaluronic acid. You can literally see and feel the results. So when I first met you guys, the facial serum was $80, which is a lot, right? It's a lot for the average mom to spend. I think it came down to like 60 or something with the 50 or 60
Discount
with
code.
the discount. So that made it more affordable. But it was worth it because it worked so well. And then I'll never forget Mikkel reaching out in my team's chat and saying, you guys, we as a company, we made a decision
Yes.
to drop the facial serum from, I think, what was it, like $79
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
so-
$39.
To 39. So that was crazy.
Go ahead, Mikkel.
I said, yeah, it was 79 to 39. We just wanted to get it in as many hands as we could because it is truly an amazing product and we know it works. And this market sucks. I'm sorry, but it does. Like everything is so expensive and we would rather take our cut and make sure it's helping more moms and teens because that's what our whole company is about, is helping worldwide. So alleviate suffering worldwide.
That's honestly, I'm glad you jumped in and said that. That's why we love you guys so much. And when you guys did that, for a mom who maybe has a lot of kids or they're living on one income or just struggling today to buy something for themselves, because let's be real, we buy stuff for ourselves last. It's usually the kids. To be able to buy something like that that's so amazing for only $39, spending $79, that hurts. That's a lot. But $39,
we can handle that.
I can handle that. I can stomach that. And that's before the discount.
Yep.
So when you add in the affiliate discount, it's even less.
It was just appreciated, especially the way you communicated it. Like, listen, we heard you, we hear you, we see you. Here's the result, and like not a lot of companies do that, nor do they take the time to tell you why they did that. So that was huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
Thank you.
We love you guys.
I'm like,
Well, not only that, the product that you're talking about there, what we did was we looked at some of the top products on the market, and most of them have one active ingredient. It'll have hyaluronic acid, or it'll have collagen, or it'll have something else, vitamin C. And what we did was we took the two biggest ones, and then we doubled or tripled the amount of the active ingredient. So instead of being like 0.5% hyaluronic acid, that actually is 2% hyaluronic acid. And then we added the nano-collagen peptides to it to heal the skin. And so it is one of the few serums in the whole country that has those types of ingredients. And yeah, we marked it clear down to $50. And then what we did was we gave all of your group 25% off that. So all of their people could get 25%. So I think it's actually like $37. But the important thing is moms can get it. It works incredibly well. If for some reason you decide you don't like one of our products, send it back. We're happy to give you your money back. But it almost never happens. And
I've never found a product I don't like.
Yeah, we make them because they work, and we engineer them for our own families, right? I have like 23 grandkids, and my job right now is to keep them all alive and well and healthy, as well as share it with all my other friends, right? And we adopted you two long ago. We love having you be part of us. And the fact is that we'll continue to work on stuff to make your life easier with your kids. And we'll work hard to get them, approved by the governments, but we will always make sure that they're safe, that they have no negative ingredients, and that they're highly useful. We don't make stuff to sell it. We make stuff to help people eliminate some of the problems that they have and make their life easier. And we can do that.
I love that. And that's why we love you guys so much. I know we literally use all your products. I've been out of the facial serum for a while, and I saw there's two unopened upstairs. So one of those I'm about to start using. It's funny too, because like before I left, I had a little bit of toothpaste left, and I left it home for Mike. I didn't bring it. And what we had to go to Target and buy Hello toothpaste today, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I need to do an order.
I know.
I even love your immunity gummies. Like my kids like the immunity gummies.
Yeah, and you can feel good about giving those to the
Gummies,
kids.
because when do you feel good about giving the kids gummies ever? Like,
And they taste amazing too, which is my favorite part about the gummies.
sorry, as soon as I was talking, my son ripped the entire roll of paper towels
And started
across the
running
kitchen.
away.
And I was like cringing while I'm watching him.
But no, the gummies are so good. Like there's something you crave. Like when we haven't taken those in a while either. Last time we were taking the gummies, she every day. Like some things I give her, I have to be like, you have to take this. Like we're doing a parasite cleanse right now, and she doesn't love that, and she's trying to ask me for something while I'm talking right now. But the gummies, she will literally. No, Anya. She will literally grab the gummies and be like, "Can I take my gummies?" And I'm like, "Yes, you can. Girl, knock yourself out."
Well, and on those gummies, what we did was we looked at it and we said, what are the most important things we can get inside your kid to keep them healthy? So we came up with the list: vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, which is the #1 medicinal juice on the planet, and also the nano silver, 1 teaspoon in each one. And it's tough to make zinc taste good because it's kind of bitter. But we were able, my group is really smart. The guys who work for us, we have a whole bunch of, like, we have a paramedic and a bunch of naturopathic doctors, and they look at everything different than most other people who engineer products. But that one has all the main things. We made it so it tasted really good, and little kids can take it. It's safe, it's effective, and it gives them all the things that you'd want them to have before you ship them off to school or out to play. And it's all in one gummy that they love, that they'll actually ask for. And so it's another good example of what we do to make the lives a little easier. Because I fully admit, I'm a guy. I fully admit you guys have a way harder job than we do. Now, we appreciate also the fact that you guys work really hard to look good for us, because no guy would go through all of that work. And I want you to know we appreciate the effect. We really do. And I really appreciate what she does, the one that I've been married to. But the fact is that her job is way tougher than mine. I mean, I do a lot of science stuff. That's what I do. I read reports. I teach stuff. I work with governments and military and all sorts of stuff. But her job, your job, is way harder than what we do. We just have to, as guys, we just have to learn how and appreciate what you're going through, because it's a tough job. And it's a never-ending job. I can go home.
Right now.
You're like,
where do I order?
Right, say it again. Say it again.
I can go home. You guys have no method of escape. So it's a tough thing.
No, it's amazing. Well, we just love you guys. We're so appreciative of you. I don't know if there's anything you or Mikal or anyone or April want to add before we wrap up.
So I want to explain, because I was just talking to someone yesterday, right? Say a customer comes to you and says, silver could be really bad for you. Silver could be really bad for you.
So it's gonna turn you blue. It's gonna turn you blue.
So I literally had this conversation yesterday. So I feel like it's a good, especially coming from you guys who specialize in silver, nano-sized particles. And you know why you did nano-sized particles.
Not nanotechnology, nano-size, because people get that confused. If you could explain those things, that'd be amazing.
I would say if you could take a second and explain how silver is not bad for you, why it's good for you, in fact, and why you use nano-sized particles and all that thing, I think that would be a huge clarity on some people.
Okay, so let me answer your question. First, what you have to understand is we do a whole lot of science, right? So a lot of companies spit out what I call scientific gibberish, stuff that sounds good, but actually they just made it up. And what we do is we test everything, right? And over the years, it's cost us a lot of money. So when I first started with the old family company, we took this nano silver technology and we took it to the University of Utah and we did a human ingestion study. At that point, it cost us $350,000 for one study. And what it showed, though, was really important. Didn't show what we did do. It only showed what we didn't do. And in this case, we know that if you drink our silver or use it in your sinuses or whatever way you get it in you, we found that it hits its height in your bloodstream in 2 hours and washes out completely in 24 with no residual. Our nano silver is not metabolized, so it can't be bound up in your body. It can't stay there. It washes out completely in 24. So says all the scientific data, and I'm happy to send that out to people. The other thing is that we write a lot of the science reports and we publish that data so people have hard data. So my team and I went back into all of the historical records for the EPA and the FDA, and we pulled all the data on Argyria. That's a blue man thing. And if you're using the cheap crapola types of silver, even some of the expensive ones that are called hydrosols or ionic colloidal silvers or something that's over like 50 ppm, it's going to be an ionic form of silver. And it's metabolized in the body and can build up. And so, but even then, the lowest level ever known to cause the blue man thing, in order to get there, if you were drinking a 10 ppm product, just as an example, you would have to drink 60,000 teaspoons to get to the lowest level ever known to cause it. Now, remember, ours, even if you got to that level, ours has the safety human ingestion data showing that it can't build up. It washes out completely. It'll do it in 24 hours. The bad news there is you have to use it like every day if you want to use it as a supplement. The good news is there's no blue man thing, can't build up. We also tested it with antibiotics and found that the silver could make the antibiotics as much as 10 times more effective. Now, I'm not a big fan of using antibiotics, but if you have to, you can use the silver with it. We also
maybe someone who's antibiotic resistant and has a serious infection that they can't get away from the antibiotic, maybe that would be helpful.
We know for sure that we can be a help. They call it an adjuvant or an additive to that treatment, right? And we have published studies on that. But we also have studies showing that if you're using it, it doesn't have any effect on your heart medication or any, technically they're called the P450 drugs. They're metabolized drugs. And we have no negative effect with any of those. So if you're on some sort of thyroid medication or something like that, this is not going to mess with it. The only thing that the silver doesn't go well with that we found was steroids. So if you're using a steroid, they won't jive together well. They don't hurt, they just, neither one works as well. And so, but unless you're on a steroid, there's no negative action with anything else you're doing. Say whatever your doctor tells you and you agree that you should use, you're fine to use the silver nanoparticle that we create with it. For daily immune support, it's really stunning. And as I said, on this technology, we have hundreds of studies. So if you have a question, somebody said, hey, you said something about Argyria, the blue man thing, send me the report. The answer is, yeah, email me, Keith@SilverCeuticals.com, and say, I want this report, and I'll send it to you. It's easy enough.
I love that. And you know, that's one of the things I love about you guys. And it's funny, Mikkel, you might remember this. So when I first met you guys a couple years ago, we did a talk in our Facebook group, and we talked about this and the blue man and ionic silver and why your guys is different. And so I started talking about that and sharing that because there's a brand of silver that has really taken hold in the crunchy community, and all the crunchy moms have used it for years. I'm not going to name names, but it's one brand of silver. And I started talking about using yours and why it's, you know, doesn't stay in your body. It's not going to turn you blue. It's not ionic. And I actually had one of the people from that company, from the family of that brand, find me and start threatening me on social media that if I don't take my post down, like he was super triggered. And I just was like, but am I wrong? But am I wrong? Like if I'm making like claims that are not true, then okay, but I'm not. Like this is legit the truth. And he was so mad. And it was just, I don't know, Mikhail, you might remember that. But I love that you guys are so transparent about your products and the studies and the science. Like some people don't care and some people don't need to see that. But then some people like me, and it tends to be in April, and the people that follow us want to see the science. They want to know these things. We're like psychos about it. So that's amazing that you guys offer that.
But how awesome is it that you've done all the studies? Like I honestly can't name one company that is going to sit here and tell me all they've actually researched and all they really know about their own stuff. Like, let's be honest, they outsource it, they get it made, they had a vision. They don't even know half the time what's in it.
Well, yeah, we do consulting. We do product consulting in the network marketing and the affiliate world. And we work with different companies and I help companies with ingredients and whatnot. And I consulted for a company a couple of years ago that their products were not clean. I was trying to help them clean them up. And I sat with the owner and a bunch of corporate people, and they literally couldn't answer basic questions about the ingredients in their products, even the owner. And that is just mind blowing. And that's what she's saying. A lot of companies are like that.
They
but
don't
you guys are
know
not.
what's in it. Yeah. So it's refreshing.
So yeah, we love you guys. I don't know if there's anything else you guys want to add before we wrap up, but we will post a link in the show notes so you guys can have access to these products.
We talk about this stuff a lot in our community, so we'll post the community below as well, and you'll catch us here every week.
Yeah, and we'll keep working hard, and we're one of the few companies, unlike the other one you're talking about. I know the brothers, and I don't think they like me very much because I don't play fair. I have a lot of real data, and so, but the good news is that, like on the new eczema product, the eczema product is an FDA OTC product. We can make direct claims on, and they're all on there. So not only does it meet spec with the natural markets, the mom market, and we can show that it works. I mean, one of the amazing things to me was I was watching some late night TV. I love watching the late night old time monster movies, right? So when I get stressed, I watch those, and it always makes me laugh. But they keep bringing on these eczema commercials for these drugs.
I've noticed that.
And it's crazy. There's lots, but most of them include things that will kill you, right? High blood pressure, bleeding through the phlegm. I mean, eye problems and all sorts of immune problems. And I'm thinking, who would use that on their kid? So we decided that we would make one and bring it out as an FDA over-the-counter drug product, but it wouldn't have any of that stuff in it. It would meet spec with the natural market. So we have no negative side effects, and it actually will work in as little as a week. So
that's amazing.
That's the type of stuff that we do, and we'll keep doing it. And we just appreciate you guys' help getting the information out. And we'll do all the homework in the background. So when you have a question, fire away.
Love it.
Perfect. Love it. You want to close us out?
Yes. So thank you for joining us. We so appreciate your time. Honestly, like there were so many good nuggets in here that people are going to be able to take and understand now how Silver really works, especially your Silver, and that we just appreciate you. So thank you for your time. And you guys can find us on social media at Crunchy Moms Unfiltered Podcast, and all the information to find everything that we talked about here will be in the show notes. Catch you next time.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.